Bigfoot sightings have been reported for years, but most clips are blurry, distant, or just plain fake. However, this new footage is different. The details are clear, the movements seem natural, and even experts are questioning whether this could finally be the proof we've been waiting for. We'll analyze every angle, compare it to past sightings, and see if this might be the most convincing Bigfoot evidence yet.
Look out, John!
Bigfoot Reports and Data is a YouTube channel famous for its in-depth investigations into the elusive creature known as Bigfoot. Led by Harley Owens, an independent researcher from the mountains of East Tennessee, the channel documents first-hand encounters, evidence collection, and eerie findings in remote locations. From a skeptic to a firm believer after an encounter in 2020, Harley now dedicates his time to tracking and understanding these mysterious beings. Deep in the dense woods, Harley ventures into a familiar area where previous sightings have taken place. The atmosphere feels heavy, as if something unseen is lurking just beyond view. He walks through a narrow path, occasionally stopping to scan the area. He has been clearing a trail for easier access, making it possible to revisit locations where previous sightings occurred. Watch closely because what he finds next is chilling. Instead of sticking to familiar trails, Harley explores new areas, hoping to stumble upon fresh evidence.
Alright everyone, so I'm going to do this video a little bit different today. I'm going to go around and show some of the areas where I have actually had.
He carefully navigates through the rugged terrain, retracing the steps that led to past encounters. One such sighting involves a massive creature he and his friend, George Litchford, named Alfalfa. This Bigfoot, standing at an estimated 8.5 feet tall with broad shoulders exceeding 4 feet, was seen lurking near a dead tree in a remote part of the forest.
Visual sightings of the Bigfoot that I've seen in this area. So right now what I'm doing is I'm heading down to this area.
The area is quiet, almost too quiet, amplifying the eerie energy in the air. As he moves forward, he points out the very spot where Alfalfa was seen peeking from behind the dead tree. Pay close attention as the details match the exact description of the creature.
He was, if I'm not mistaken, it was the dead tree right there. Yes, it was that dead tree. So you can see this dead tree.
The deeper he goes, the more unsettling the discoveries become. A peculiar structure appears ahead, something that doesn't seem natural. A large broken tree is perfectly balanced in a way that defies logic. There are no signs of its top portion anywhere nearby.
He was peeking out from behind that tree. He was a big old boy. Like I said, 8.5 feet tall, probably 4 foot at the shoulders.
And the way it rests against another tree suggests an intentional placement rather than a natural fall. The balance is precise, almost calculated. Anyone watching would wonder, could this be a marker left behind by Bigfoot? Keep watching, because the next discovery might just change your mind.
So as you can see, this is a trail that I've been working on. Probably not going to use too much further down into that area. I'm really not too.
As Harley moves closer, another shocking find emerges. A footprint, smaller than the one belonging to Alfalfa, but still far larger than any human print, is embedded in the soft ground. The indentation suggests the presence of a juvenile Bigfoot.
What looks like could be a juvenile footprint right here.
The forest is silent, unnervingly so. Harley takes a moment to absorb the scene, his instincts heightened as he listens for any movements. He attempts to communicate, hoping for a response. Stay focused, because right now, the tension in the air is undeniable.
It is too quiet in here. Way too quiet, way too quiet. Lucio!
Navigating the wilderness alone isn't easy. Harley constantly scans the area, watching every direction. There are stories about whistling in the woods, warnings against it, but that doesn't stop him. He lets out a whistle, waiting for a reply.
Yeah, but this is not natural. By no means.
The legends say that whistling after dark is a dangerous call, something that shouldn't be done. Yet, in broad daylight, there is an eerie sense of being watched. He doesn't take unnecessary risks, refusing to whistle after sundown. What happens next might explain why. The most compelling discovery of all lies ahead.
Looks like could be a problem because that's tiny.
In a hidden spot just off the main trail, a structure unlike any other appears. This isn't just a random pile of broken branches, it looks like a nest. The ground inside is pressed down, a clear sign of repeated use. Could this be a resting place for Bigfoot? The placement suggests strategic positioning, a safe and secluded space possibly used at night. The idea that such a massive creature could have designated sleeping areas adds another layer of mystery to the search. Pay attention to the details, because this is the kind of discovery that keeps researchers coming back.
So for those that have not seen this, this is something that I found back in the summer. This is a Sasquatch nest, or at least where I think they sleep at night.
Harley's search is far from over. His journey through these woods continues to reveal strange, unexplained occurrences that fuel the ongoing mystery of Bigfoot. With every new footprint, every strange structure, and every unsettling moment of silence, the truth inches closer. What's really hiding in these remote forests? That question remains unanswered. But one thing is clear. Something is out there, watching, waiting just beyond the reach of the human eye.
Hey fam, ready for nightmares? Check out Knock Knock for the scariest, most bone-chilling encounters caught on camera. Link in the description. If you dare.
Rock Hounding with Bigfoot is a YouTube channel famous for exploring the mysteries of Sasquatch, while also diving deep into rock hounding and gold prospecting. This time, the journey takes a turn into uncharted territory, an area yet to be explored, raising the anticipation of what might be lurking in the dense wilderness. With past investigations leading to eerie discoveries, today's exploration moves beyond familiar grounds, venturing into a section where strange activity has yet to be documented.
I brought a whistle. I heard someone said whistling is bad, and then another one said, oh, maybe it's good.
The team presses forward, moving toward an elevated section of the forest, a place never searched before. As they hike up the rugged terrain, the shift in the environment is almost palpable. The trees sway gently in the breeze, but something feels different, as if the atmosphere is charged with an unseen presence.
Birds are very active right now. That's new. But there's no...
Watch closely. This is where things start getting unusual. Further ahead, something unexpected catches attention. A lone, twisted tree branch moving unnaturally amidst the stillness of the forest. Everything around it remains eerily motionless, yet this branch sways with an unexplainable force. The absence of wind or any visible disturbance makes this even more bizarre. The keen-eyed observer might speculate if this is the work of wildlife, but there are no birds taking flight, no signs of large creatures brushing past. The forest remains unsettlingly quiet.
True. Catch 22 a little bit. I guess make a bunch of noise and then be quiet, right?
Amplifying the mystery of the moving branch. Could it be a sign of something watching from the shadows? The moment lingers, leaving behind an unsettling feeling that something just beyond the line of sight is making its presence known.
How long for? It seems like I just got at the end of it. like something just moved, you know, and then I just saw the branch kind of swaying. Oh, slippery.
The discoveries don't stop there. As the exploration continues, the terrain reveals even more peculiar finds. A rock with embedded gold, silver, platinum, and pyrite glistens faintly under the sunlight, a rare and valuable specimen hidden deep within the wild. The history of the region adds another layer of intrigue. An old mining site once abundant in gold, now merely a ghost of its lucrative past. Yet the evidence remains in fragments, scattered across the landscape. Even nature seems to hold on to its own secrets, preserving pieces of a time when fortune seekers once roamed these lands. But this is not the only remnant left behind. Something else is out here, something that doesn't belong to history books. Moving deeper into the woods, another chilling discovery unfolds. A makeshift shelter, its structure eerily unnatural, stands hidden within the foliage. The way the branches are arranged doesn't seem random. It appears deliberate, as if something has taken the time to construct a temporary refuge. Is it an animal den, or could it be something more? The surroundings are too quiet, too still, as if the forest itself is holding its breath. These kinds of formations have been found in areas associated with Sasquatch sightings, raising the question, could this be a Sasquatch nest? The idea lingers, adding to the mounting evidence that something intelligent and elusive inhabits these lands.
Still have somebody watching.
Then, the most unsettling find of all emerges. Scattered across the ground, the remains of a large animal, a hide, bones, and the unmistakable signs of a predator's presence. But what makes this even stranger is the placement of these remains. There's no clear indication of a natural predator in the area, no claw marks or signs of a struggle. Instead, the bones appear almost strategically arranged, as if left behind for a reason. Nearby, a pair of old U.S. Air Force boots lie abandoned, an eerie addition to the scene. What could have left such an arrangement in the middle of the wilderness? The implications are chilling.
There we go. We found the rest of our deer hide.
Is this just a coincidence, or is something deliberately placing these remains as a warning, a message, or something even more sinister? The deeper the investigation goes, the more questions arise, each more perplexing than the last.
Yeah, it's still got red tissue on it. That's a big animal. Here's my U.S. Air Force boots next to that.
With each discovery, the mystery of this location only deepens. The evidence suggests that something out here is not only present but watching, leaving behind signs for those who dare to venture too close.
Whoa, dude, I'm tripping over bones. Holy it's an elk.
Whether it's the unnatural tree movements, the strange shelter, or the unsettling remains, the patterns are undeniable. This is no ordinary section of the forest. The team presses on, determined to uncover more. But one thing is clear. This is an area that holds secrets not meant to be easily found. Sasquatch Omega is a YouTube channel famous for its intense investigations into the mysterious world of Sasquatch, exploring deep into the wilderness to uncover evidence of this elusive creature. With years of first-hand experience, numerous encounters, and a collection of photographic and video evidence, the team continuously pushes forward, unraveling the truth hidden within the forests of the United States. Venturing into the heart of an untamed landscape, the team stumbles upon a bizarre sight. Towering trees lie crushed, their trunks twisted and bent unnaturally, as if something with immense strength forced them down. The ground reveals signs of disturbance, with patches of flattened grass forming what appears to be a massive bedding area. It's clear that something big, has been here recently. As they scan the surroundings, a sudden realization sinks in. The signs aren't random. They follow a pattern. This is a territory, a domain marked by something beyond human understanding. Watch yourself. This is where things take a turn.
Oh, you know what, Rio?
What?
Stop and turn around and look at this whole area. See all this stuff pushed down? The trail's kind of narrow right here.
Yeah.
And it opens up here, there's that. This is all open.
Yes.
Moving cautiously, they notice how the narrow trail suddenly expands into a wider opening. Every step forward reveals more signs, large branches snapped like twigs, and deep impressions in the dirt. The deeper they go, the more evident it becomes that this is no ordinary animal's resting place. It's structured, deliberate, and undeniably massive.
Back here, up there. It's the same guy. They're all the same size, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I at least identify the individuals. Like, I could call this the 17-incher, this is the 11-incher, whatever.
Then, something catches their attention. A print. Not just any print, but one that matches the size and shape of those found in previous expeditions. This isn't an isolated incident. The same individual, or perhaps a group, has been moving through these parts, leaving behind clear, undeniable evidence. Stay alert. Things are about to escalate.
No, but look at this bent over.
Yeah.
This is thick gauge.
But look, it's all the wires down.
All the wires down, it's
That one's
pushed
taken-
down.
That one's taken
That's
completely off.
ripped off.
As the team continues, a discovery leaves them speechless. A fence, reinforced with thick barbed wire, is completely bent and pushed down. The wires, which should take considerable force to snap, appear to have been broken off with ease. A quick test confirms the difficulty of pulling it apart, even with two grown men exerting their full strength. The implications are chilling. Whatever did this possesses an extraordinary amount of power. What kind of force could twist solid metal so effortlessly? Keep watching, because this is only the beginning. Pushing deeper into the woods, the team follows a trail of prints leading them into a dense, shadowy section of the forest.
Hey, the doorway is down there. It's covered. It's covered with leaves. The sticks are blocking the door. You see the door?
Yep.
And then they see it. A structure. Not a random pile of sticks, but a carefully constructed shelter.
When we step over this little thing and walk into this,
That's nuts.
a fully constructed, it's like a wood igloo.
A large dome-like formation, resembling an igloo, built entirely from branches and logs. It's not natural. The placement, the layering, and the enclosed design suggest intelligence, planning, and purpose. As they inch closer, tension fills the air. The structure is hollow inside, stretching deeper than expected, as if something or someone has been using it as a dwelling.
All right, something just got thrown at us.
Back out, back out, back out.
And then, without warning, a chilling moment sends their hearts racing. Something is thrown at them from the darkness. Don't blink. What happens next will shake even the most skeptical minds.
Did you just hear that? It was a deeper voice.
Frozen in place, they strain their ears. A noise, deep, guttural, and unmistakably close. It's moving, tracking their position, shadowing their every step. The team hastily backs away, realizing they may have ventured too far. This isn't just about discovering evidence anymore. They are in its domain, and it knows they are here. The tension is suffocating, the unseen presence looming just beyond their sight. And then, a sound, a deep vocalization, almost human yet distinctly different. It's a warning. It doesn't want them here. Their instincts scream for them to leave, but they hesitate, torn between fear and the desire to capture more proof. This is no longer an investigation. It's survival. Step carefully, because this is as real as it gets. Rocky Mountain Sasquatch is a YouTube channel well known for its deep investigations into the mystery of Bigfoot, focusing on the vast and remote landscapes of the Rocky Mountains and the Pacific Northwest. The team embarks on another expedition, this time near the famous Paul Freeman Bigfoot site, where legendary footage was captured. Their journey takes them deep into the Blue Mountains, close to Deduct Springs, a location that has long been associated with Sasquatch sightings.
The last time we were in this area hiking around, a man had come face to face with a Bigfoot that was actually in the creek 2 weeks prior to our arrival.
Just 2 weeks before their arrival, a man came face to face with a creature in Shoofley Creek, adding an extra layer of urgency to this search. They have already investigated another Bigfoot sighting about 15 miles from here, and the discovery of a zigzagging hiking trail leading down to Umatilla Forest makes this location a promising hotspot for activity. The plan is to search for food sources, potential tracks near water, and any other signs that might indicate the presence of the elusive creature. Watch closely as this journey unfolds into the heart of Bigfoot territory. The snow-covered terrain makes silent movement nearly impossible, so they decide to minimize talking and instead listen carefully to the sounds of the wilderness. Paul Freeman, a legendary figure in Bigfoot research, filmed his famous footage in this very area. His documented tracks were authenticated due to the presence of dermal ridges, a feature indicating a real unknown animal. Now, with multiple reports of sightings in this location, the team is eager to explore what might be hiding within these woods. Surrounded by dense trees and towering mountains, this region has been a hotspot for documented Sasquatch encounters, and the team is determined to uncover any evidence. Stay alert, because the deeper they go, the more mysterious things become. Moving through the snow, they stumble upon a squirrel cache. While it might seem insignificant, this small discovery holds a deeper meaning. Bears are known to dig up these caches, especially in colder months, but Bigfoot might be searching for them too. Food sources like this are critical in determining if a large predator, or something unknown, is active in the area. As they continue, they discuss how the mountain landscape creates natural pathways, allowing creatures to move undetected. A girl captured Bigfoot footage here 7 months ago, and its credibility rivals that of Paul Freeman's famous recording. That's exactly why the team has returned, to see if they can find anything themselves. It's early in the season, and despite the deep snow, the team is convinced that Bigfoot might actually thrive in this environment.
I think Bigfoot likes the snow because it seems a lot of sightings, they're following the snow line just like the elk are.
Many reported sightings follow the snow line, just like elk do. This pattern suggests that the creature could be using elevation changes to navigate the region. Pay close attention, because this is where things start getting eerie.
Can you hear music?
I keep hearing something. I thought I heard some like whoops. You think you hear music?
The quiet of the forest is suddenly broken. A distinct sound echoes through the trees, something unnatural and chilling. The team immediately stops to listen. Could it be a wood knock, a form of communication often attributed to Bigfoot? They aren't sure yet, but the fact that they're hearing it deep in an area with known sightings raises suspicions. Moments later, another noise pierces the air. This time, a whoop, a vocalization commonly associated with Sasquatch encounters. With no human tracks in sight and no evidence of other hikers nearby, the realization sets in that they might not be alone.
Did you hear that popping noise? Was that you? Waked me out.
As they stand still, taking in their surroundings, another sharp pop is heard. The sound is close, too close. It sends a shiver down their spines. Something is watching them. Whether it's an animal or something more mysterious, they're determined to find out. Keep your ears open and listen carefully to these eerie sounds.
What did you hear?
There's a freaking knot right there.
That's where I heard it the last time.
A sudden knocking sound cuts through the silence. And this time, there's no mistaking it. It's loud, deliberate, and coming from a specific direction. The same sound was heard earlier, and now it's happening again. Could this be communication? Some researchers believe Bigfoot uses knocking sounds as a way to signal others. If that's true, something or someone is responding. They decide to move toward the source of the sound. The anticipation builds as they push deeper into the forest, keeping their eyes peeled for any movement. Then, just as they're advancing, another knock rings out, confirming that whatever is making these sounds is still nearby. The team is on high alert now, knowing that every step could lead them closer to an encounter. Keep watching. This is where the tension reaches its peak. Sasquatchy Outpost is a YouTube channel famous for its deep dives into the mysteries of Bigfoot, presenting investigations with a mix of curiosity, skepticism, and adventure. Their explorations take them deep into the rugged Colorado wilderness, where reports of the elusive creature continue to surface. One such sighting leads them to Lost Creek Wilderness, a dense and remote area known for its eerie silence and limited human activity. It is here that they capture a strange figure on night vision binoculars, leaving more questions than answers. Watch yourself. Something is out there, and it's watching back. The figure appears faint against the backdrop of the forest, its shape barely distinguishable in the monochrome glow of the night vision. At first glance, it seems like an ordinary shadow, but as the team watches, two distinct reflections appear, like eyes glinting in the darkness. The shape is motionless, yet something about it feels undeniably alive. The more they analyze the footage, the more unsettling it becomes. Could this be a juvenile Sasquatch lurking in the trees, observing from the cover of the night? The team decides this moment is too compelling to ignore. They vow to return, to capture the same spot in daylight and determine whether this was just an illusion or something truly extraordinary. Months later, Jim returns to the exact location for a follow-up investigation, eager to uncover the truth behind the mysterious figure. With daylight breaking through the canopy, he carefully positions the camera at the same angle and examines the terrain. The unsettling conclusion? The dark shape from the video aligns with the base of a fallen log, but the mystery deepens. There is nothing on that log that could have reflected infrared light. The twin reflections, resembling eyes, remain unexplained. Was it a trick of the light? Or did something flesh and blood momentarily emerge from the darkness that night? Watch closely. Sometimes the truth is buried in the smallest details, waiting to be uncovered. Despite the follow-up investigation, the eerie nature of the sighting continues to spark debate. If the glowing reflections weren't from the log, then what else could have been responsible for them? The team replays the footage over and over, noting the stillness of the figure, the way it blends so naturally into the shadows. Some believe it was nothing more than an illusion, a coincidental play of darkness and infrared glare, but others aren't so sure. The lack of a clear explanation only fuels more speculation. What if, for just a brief moment, something truly unknown was caught on camera? Encounters like these are what keep the search for Sasquatch alive. Whether debunked or unexplained, every investigation adds another piece to the puzzle, pushing researchers deeper into the wilderness in pursuit of answers. What do you think? Was this a genuine sighting, or just another case of mistaken identity? Could something be watching from the trees, only revealing itself for the briefest of moments? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's unravel this mystery together. Exploring with Angelo is a YouTube channel famous for venturing into the unknown, capturing eerie encounters, and pushing the boundaries of adventure. From abandoned buildings to the depths of haunted locations, the channel thrives on unraveling mysteries lurking in the shadows. This time, the search leads to the remote mountains of Canada, where reports of Sasquatch activity have stirred curiosity. Deep in the wilderness, far from civilization, the hunt for Bigfoot takes an unexpected turn. The air is crisp, the snow blankets the ground.
All the way up there. You know what, maybe I should send the drone up. We do still have at least a good hour and a half of daylight, so...
And the towering trees create a labyrinth of shadows. Every step forward feels like entering uncharted territory, where the unknown lurks just beyond sight. Watch closely. Something might be out there, hidden just beyond the trees. The snow-covered peaks loom in the distance as the search for a campsite begins. The dense forest offers limited visibility, making it the perfect place for an elusive creature to remain unseen.
So, I am sending up the drone to do some recon. Just, you never know. You might see something. We're already pretty elevated, so I'm not really sure exactly how high we can go.
The wind rustles through the trees, creating a constant background noise that makes it difficult to distinguish natural sounds from something more sinister. With daylight fading, a new plan emerges, sending up the drone to scan the landscape. As the drone lifts off, the camera captures something unsettling. A shadowy figure, standing still, almost blending into the surroundings. It isn't moving, yet something about its form seems unnatural. Could this be the moment that proves the legend?
Like a weird grunt or something. Maybe when I send up the drone, I'll be able to...
The chilling possibility lingers in the air, setting the stage for a night filled with tension and uncertainty. Reaching the shoreline, the atmosphere shifts. The air is thick with an eerie silence, apart from the distant sound of running water. The landscape is hauntingly beautiful, but there's an unmistakable sense of being watched.
Figured I might as well at least let you guys have, a look at this beautiful view of the lake and the mountains. We are pretty far in right now.
Last time, campers occupied this space, but now only remnants of their stay remain. A makeshift wind barrier, a fire pit, and the unmistakable signs that someone, or something, had been here before.
The hell? I thought I heard something over there. It sounded almost like a rock. Keep hearing like random rocks skipping.
Then a sound, like a rock skipping across the ground, breaking the silence. Was it an animal? Or something more? The moonlight barely illuminates the dense woods, but every crunch of footsteps, every distant echo raises the tension. The waves gently lap against the shore, but the feeling of unease refuses to fade.
There's just a flash of light down there. What was that? Oh, there it is again.
Something doesn't feel right. Look closely. You might catch a glimpse of what hides in the darkness. Driving deeper into the wilderness, an unexpected sight comes into view. A flashing light, blinking erratically from across the land. At first it appears random, but then the pattern changes, almost as if signaling.
But I saw something like really dark in there, like moving for a second. Bigfoot?
The realization sets in. This isn't just some ordinary reflection. Is someone out there? Or could it be something else?
It's the same road that I came down, but whatever. Let's drive down and see if we find anything. Maybe we'll find a spot to stop for a moment.
The road ahead winds further into the unknown, the trees closing in, creating an almost suffocating sense of isolation. The vehicle's headlights cast long, eerie shadows, making every shape in the darkness look like it could be something watching. Just as uncertainty takes over, the light flickers out, leaving behind only questions. Was it a warning, or was something or someone trying to make contact? Keep watching. Sometimes the answer is in what disappears.
I did kind of hang out in this area for a while at night, and I know I was hearing some stuff, so I kind of want to just kind of slowly walk and listen.
The search continues through the unpaved roads, where the darkness feels heavier. The silence is deafening, broken only by the occasional crunch of leaves beneath their steps. Every now and then, strange noises emerge from the trees.
hearing a whistle moving away?
A faint moan, an unexplained rustling, an eerie whistle drifting through the cold air. The deeper they go, the more unsettling it becomes. And then the most haunting sound of all.
Anything? You hear something?
3 distinct knocks echo through the woods, an infamous sign linked to Sasquatch encounters. A shiver runs down the spine. This isn't just a random sound. It follows a pattern, deliberate and intentional. The wind howls through the trees, but the knocks stand out, as if answering an unspoken call. The moment stretches into eternity, the uncertainty thick in the air. But the question remains, is it a message? Or is something just beyond sight, waiting? Stay alert. The truth might be closer than expected.
But I heard like a moan for a second. I swear it just felt like something touched me.
Legends of Sasquatch stretch back generations, with indigenous communities passing down tales of a towering, shadowy figure that roams these lands. The stories speak of something ancient, something beyond human understanding. Could this be another chapter in the ongoing mystery? The more evidence surfaces, the harder it becomes to dismiss the legend as mere folklore. With every sighting, the line between myth and reality blurs just a little more. The drone footage, the eerie sounds, the unshakable feeling of being watched. Does this confirm what so many have claimed to witness? Or is the mind playing tricks, turning the unknown into fear? Is this the proof that Bigfoot exists, or just another trick of the wilderness? What do you believe? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's uncover the truth together. Sooner Sasquatch is a YouTube channel known for its deep dives into the mystery surrounding the Sasquatch people, led by Chris Dickinson. Exploring the dense woodlands of Oklahoma, the channel captures compelling moments that question everything we've been told about what lurks in the wilderness. During one of their outdoor explorations, the group encounters strange objects and potential sightings that leave them wondering if they are truly alone. As they navigate the terrain, one of the explorers notices what appears to be a head sticking up in the distance. The shape is partially concealed, making it difficult to identify with certainty. But the sighting is enough to put everyone on high alert. Their journey soon leads them to an unexpected obstacle, a fence cutting through their intended path.
Fucking fence here.
With no clear way forward, they are forced to reconsider their route, choosing to take an alternative path that wasn't part of their original plan. Watch closely and see what they discover in this moment of uncertainty.
There's a fucking fence here.
As the exploration continues, the group stumbles upon what appears to be a large, mysterious object nestled deep within the woods.
What is it? What is that over there? Is it just a big tree trunk? You see it?
At first glance, the structure resembles a hunting blind or an oddly placed gray mass standing out against the natural surroundings.
I thought it was like a hunting blind or something at first. It's a big gray mass.
Intrigued, they decide to get closer for a better look. What they find, however, turns out to be far less mysterious. A large tree trunk, deceiving in size and shape from a distance.
Can you tell what it is? Right in there. It's just a tree trunk. Right in there. Over there, from back there, it looked like something huge.
The discovery is a reminder of how easy it is to misinterpret shadows and figures in the wilderness, where reality and imagination often blur. Later in the footage, the tension rises again when one of the explorers spots something unusual.
Going over here. Looks like there might be an entrance to the trees.
A dark, looming figure appears in the area. Something big and black, lurking just beyond their immediate view. The group watches closely, trying to determine what they're seeing. But before they can make a proper identification, the figure disappears into the trees. A creeping sense of unease settles in, leading them to make a cautious decision. It's time to leave. As they make their way out, an unsettling thought lingers. Whatever they saw might not have simply vanished, but could very well be following them, staying just out of sight. Watch carefully and see if you can spot what startled them in this eerie encounter. The search for answers continues as they push deeper into the unknown. As their journey nears its end, another sighting raises even more questions. Once again, an explorer notices something unusual: a large black figure moving through the trees.
That big ass tree over there.
This time they are certain they saw something, but as before, it quickly disappears, evading any clear identification. With growing unease, they decide not to linger any longer. The group departs, knowing that whatever is out there, it remains one step ahead, watching, waiting, and choosing when to reveal itself. Watch this moment unfold and see if you can catch a glimpse of what eludes them. With so many strange encounters and near sightings, the mystery only deepens. Could these figures be Sasquatch, observing from the shadows? Are these encounters merely tricks of the light and mind? Or is there truly something hiding in the depths of the wilderness? The search for the truth continues, but one thing is certain. Those who venture into the unknown may come back with more questions than answers. What do you think? Are these encounters proof of something beyond our understanding? Or is it all just a case of mistaken identity? Let us know your thoughts. So, what do you think? Is this the most convincing Bigfoot footage we've ever seen? Or is there a logical explanation hiding in plain sight? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Believers and skeptics, let's hear it. And if you want more deep dives into the unknown, make sure to subscribe.